All right, we're on.
We're ready to do it.
What time is it?
9:34.
9:34. Whoop! Crossing over the Great Northville. We've gone about 3.5 miles on the road, and now we are off into the woods at the Shaker Mountain Wild Forest Trailhead.
So there's a
Here we are in the woods. There's a heat advisory in Northville today, so it's like a high of 90. We're trucking along. There's a lot of sweat. But so far, so good. Steady climb into the woods, and now we're just kind of little ups and downs. I should be coming up to Mud Lake soon. Then I believe Stony Creek after that. So, we'll see you then. There's the boys. We have arrived at Stony Creek. The water is nice and low. Lots of rocks up there where we cross, so maybe we can manage dry feet. We shall see. So, we had lunch at West Stony Creek lean-to. It is pouring. It's been pouring for like 2 hours. And now we are struggling to find somewhere to camp. Whew, soaked to the bone. Boys are looking at the map to see if there's somewhere we can go and camp because it is pouring. This is our home for tonight. 2 tents. And look, the sun came out and it stopped raining. We're still on Woods Lake, right?
I think so.
As far as we know. We assume we're on the other side of Woods Lake. And miraculously, a site showed up. All right, I now have dry clothes. It stopped raining. The tent is set up. My stuff inside the tent is set up. And we are going to go to bed. See you tomorrow, day 2. Day 1, that's a wrap. The sun is coming up. Eric, do you have any thoughts?
Good morning.
We have very wet shorts on, wet shoes on.
Woods Lake Campground, 12 miles.
Saved our lives last night.
It was,
Dan, do you have any words of wisdom?
Nope. It was very wet yesterday, so today,
Good night's sleep.
sunshine.
Some wet shoes and socks. Hopefully we'll dry out. On to day 2. Easy walk so far. Pretty flat, downhill. Some pretty creeks. Continuing on the trail. Heading to Silver Lake lean-to for lunch. Came across this creek, pretty waterfalls. Let's get better up here, I think.
Pretty deep.
So. Just finished lunch. Where are we?
Silver Lake.
Silver Lake lean-to. 5.5 miles to Mud Lake.
What's the total mileage so far?
11?
No, for the trip.
I don't know.
Plus 12.
Not enough?
23. Not very.
Not enough.
We had 14 day 1.
I don't know. We don't know.
Gotta keep those hamstrings flexible.
We're at Canary Pond, filling up water before we get to Mud Lake, where we're gonna set up camp for tonight.
That's super clear. If you get out far enough.
We have arrived at Mud Lake Lean-To. We've had dinner. Dan's bed is ready. Eric is trying to figure out how to hang a bug net. It's not working.
Why is a clip?
Here's a view of Mud Lake. The moon is out. Good morning. We left Mud Lake. We are on our way to White House for breakfast, and then to Piseco to resupply. So to Piseco, our backs are gonna be pretty full again. Probably heavy. Working on the light side right now. All right, well, we were on the trail at 6:30, hoping to get an extra hour of hiking today. Peace. We've arrived at White House, crossing the bridge. It's gonna be another nice day. We just left Piseco, stopped and did a pickup at Piseco Bob's garage. So we got food for the next 3 days. Nice guy. Had a nice chat. We were there for about a half hour. Cleaned our bottles, filled our water. He had some snacks and supplies if you needed. He had a nice little logbook of our people that came through. And we're back on the trail. And we will see where it leads us today. All right, so Bob laughed at us and when we said we were going to Spruce Lake because it was 10.5 miles from his house. And we left his house at 1 o'clock. We just arrived at the Spruce Lake Lean-To at 8:06. And I am ready for bed. All right, here is home for the night.
Good night.
Good
what a long
night.
Day.
How many miles?
I don't know. I'm about to look it up.
Too many?
I gotta get into my princess tent.
20. 21-ish?
Yeah, I would say that.
All right, time for bed.
It's a long day.
Early morning. 7 a.m. start from Spruce Lake Lean-To number 1. Working our way around Spruce Lake. Just got some water, taped some feet. And we move on to somewhere for breakfast. Oh yeah, and it got down to 45 degrees last night, so it's a chilly morning. Chilly. All right, we're in West Canada Lakes. Trail is very muddy. I've already fallen once. Not in the mud though, thank God. Boy, it's pretty. My other foot's wet. We just stopped for lunch at the Cedar Creek Lean-To #2. Now we are powering on 5 more miles to carry and we'll reevaluate. It's pretty chilly out today, but it's pretty. All right, we are at the Carry Lean-To at a unlevel tent site behind the lean-to because there's a family in the lean-to. We had our peak fuel meals for dinner. It was 18 miles today. Tomorrow will be 17 to Lake Durant, and then a long day to Long Lake. See you in the morning. All right, it's 5 a.m. and wait for it, day 5:30. We actually slept pretty good in the tent last night. It's chilly out. I'm gonna pack up and head to Wiggly Dam for breakfast, and then end up at Lake Durant, hopefully to take a shower. Exciting news. We just flipped the map. So we are halfway done. And we have about 10 miles till we get to Lake Durant Campground, where we will camp tonight, get some good rest, and then to sticky mud, Long Lake tomorrow. All right, here we are. It does not look like we are hiking because we had to come off the trail because of Eric's knee. But we made it 90 miles, which is personal best and the longest we've hiked before. So we survived 5 days in the wilderness. We have arrived at Lake Durant Campground. We have unloaded the truck, and my parents are on the way to get the truck to move it to Lake Placid.
This is take 2 trip.
No, second half trip.
Okay.
Right?
I guess.
Take two to finish
the
it.
trail.
And here we go with the talkies. On the trail, there's Blue Mountain. We will be conquering that tomorrow. It's the highest point on the NPT. All right, we just walked through Lake Durant Campground and crossed 28 North, and we are in the woods and signing in at the register. Placid, here we come. At our first clearing, about 1.25 miles into the trail, there are black flies out, so this should be fun. We are headed toward Terrell Pond for the night. All right. our first glimpse of Terrell Pond. We're at the O'Neill Flow. And we are heading to the other end of the pond, the Terrell Pond campsite. And that is the mountain view we will have. Terrell Pond is right over there. Just walking to the far end. Had to do a little bit of bushwhacking. Giant tree was down on the trail. Maybe about a mile or so to our campsite for the night. Today will be a short day, like 5 or 6 miles, but it'll be a good warm-up day. Get in the groove. Here we are, beautiful Terrell Pond. There's a little beach here just down from our campsite. We are trying to soak our water filters and get them to work. And we'll probably bring our dinner back down here later and cook. All right, it is dinner time. Eric, what are you making for dinner?
Mac and cheese.
And I am having the Biggin Burrito by Packet Gourmet. And we've just had a very intense hour because our water filters weren't working. But we were able to back flush them with our clean water and get some water. So hopefully that gets better. Eric is using his table from Hammock Gear.
Yeah, that works out.
So we're gonna make some dinner and go from there. I can. We are starting the very slow ascent up Blue Mountain. The trail is wet. It poured last night. So we're hoping that's all the rain. We can get up and over this mountain and get to Long Lake.
He was taken and then they came up here.
All right, which one's the top? That one? Or the one in the clouds?
Good question.
We are at Long Lake. We've passed Catlin Bay Lean-To and Hidden Cove Lean-To. We are headed towards Kelly Point. Right now there's a real nice breeze. It's really hot and we are tired. We've got a pretty sweet site here at Kelly Point. Right on the lake. Some stairs over there, you can go down to the lake. We went down, took a swim, filtered some water. Now we're gonna start a fire. It's our campsite again. We got a little fire going. We got a beer, some steak bites from our friends next door. So if any bears come, they're going there.
Food was pretty good. It was definitely a lot of food.
Laying in my tent, looking at the beautiful sunset. It is 9:15. We are tired. It was a long but fun but hard day. Another fun day tomorrow. Still walking along Long Lake. We passed the Plumleys spring and it was all dried up. So that was a bummer. There was no water there. Spent a lot of mud. Our plans to get to Seward tonight. Seward lean-to. We have arrived at the Cold River. We're going to cross the suspension bridge and hopefully arrive at one of the Cold River lean-tos very shortly so we can have lunch and take a break. Any words?
Food!
Ooh, it's bouncy.
And it is like crystal clear too. And it's got a little bit of tip to it when it's clear.
Whew. All right, next bridge over the Cold River. It's roaring. Wow. All right, this is a little sketch. All right, we are in the Cold River lean-to, probably number 3, or maybe number 4. I think one of them is right down. And we are airing out our feet and eating lunch. And then we'll probably go walk down and check out the river that's right in front of us. have reached the Seward Lean-To, and this is where we are hanging out. The lean-to is really nice, but we actually set up camp right behind it. We're just gonna hang out in the lean-to. Here, see if you can walk over there and get video on that. Just look out. Woo!
Thanks, man.
Oh,
It's not as deep as I thought it was. Yeah!
ooh, it's slippery.
Feels
Ooh,
good,
feels
doesn't
so
it?
good. Are you coming back in here?
Yeah, I'm coming back in. I had it on video.
I want a noodle,
A noodle and a beer.
but I don't know if I can pull myself up.
We're gonna get it on camera. Let's see.
No. Hanging out in the lean-to, having dinner. Homemade, dehydrated shepherd's pie.
It's not too bad.
Pretty tasty.
And we got a fire. This is the best lean-to or campsite on the whole trail, I think. It's a nice camp spot, and you got
Falls down there, the river.
the river with the falls, and you can go swimming.
And lean-to is like super clean. Oh, so tired. So we finished day 3. We had our shepherd's pie. Today was tough. There was a lot of mud and a lot of blowdown all along Long Lake. And then we were gonna have lunch at Shattuck Clearing, which doesn't really exist. And then, oh, and the Plumley's Point spring was all dried, so we couldn't get water. But this lean-to is great. The privy, though, is falling apart, so I can't use that. But I'm tired. It was a pretty straight stretch, flat stretch along Cold River to get here, except for maybe the last 2 miles. And then the last 2 miles were pretty up and down, up and down. So Eric's knees are sore, but hopefully they will be recovered for tomorrow. Day 4. It's 6:30. We're just finishing packing up. It's, what's the temperature?
56.
56 degrees out. It was a nice night. And we are headed to, hopefully, Wanaka Falls. But we have some backup plans if that doesn't happen. So we will see you on the trail. We have reached the Hermitage of Noah John Rondeau, Mayor of Cold River, population 1. There's all of his stuff. Nice little water crossing here. Nice little stream. We just had lunch at another cold river lean-to. There's 4 of them. And now we're on this giant bridge. But it sure is pretty.
It's inviting.
Tell us how you really feel.
It's swimming.
It'll bring you back where we started real fast. We are at the Moose Pond lean-to. We didn't get quite as far as we wanted to, but this afternoon was a pretty tough hike.
Wasn't that bad.
It was tough. We are surrounded, though you can't really see them, by the Sawtooth Mountains. You can see one back there. The view isn't great, but if these trees weren't here, it would be amazing. Got a fire going. We've got our tents and hammocks hung back here. We are going to spend the night here tonight. Hopefully get an early start. So we've got about 9 miles into Lake Placid. So, how's your dinner?
I've been waiting the whole trip. Every day I've been saying, can't wait to try that Packet Gourmet Texas State Fair chili. And today is the day, almost the last day before we hike out. And it is actually pretty delicious. Other than the corn chips, it was like 2 corn chips that were crunched up.
So he's very glad he brought extra.
I supplemented. I'm glad I did.
I am having buffalo chicken mac and cheese with our nice fire that I think I finally got going.
It's a nice night.
It's a nice night. Putting day 4?
Yeah.
Day 4 to sleep. It was super easy, smooth sailing, and then hard as heck. So, we're thinking it's 9 miles out tomorrow to the car, and then some food. Good night. 6 a.m. Tonight I get to sleep in a bed. Last day. Let's do this. Last 2 stops on the sign, Averyville Road, 6.5. Lake Placid Village, 7.7. Lake Placid, we're coming for you. Well, it was a good thing we didn't make it to Wanaka Falls because we smelled campfire, which means there was already somebody there. So we made the right choice by stopping. This section of trail has been relatively easy, following this real pretty stream. I have a feeling we've got one more tough section on this next 6 miles to get out of the woods, and then a mile on the road.
Holy cow.
Oh,
Where we at, Marisa?
we're at Averyville Road. Oh,
We made it.
we're at the unofficial southern terminus.
Yep. This is where we got picked up
1.1 miles
last trip.
to the train station.
What is it, 7, 8?
I think so. There it is. The official end of the NPT. There's our little truck.
How's it feel?
Because I can do hard things.
Yes, you can.
I can do hard things. All right, check us out.
Oh, I'm checking this out. These days are weird. I think people messed up here. Alright. That pen doesn't work. I tell you what, it was a fun trail, but it feels good to be done.
And it doesn't matter if it took us 2 summers.
No, we still did it. Check out.
Whoop whoop!
Finished. What do we do? Northbound. It's a wrap.